Oh, this what we doing here?
Another one.
I might have to put on my jewelry.
Yo, it's Nathan Dawe. I tweeted out a few hours ago, you guys sent in some questions with the hashtag #AskNathanDawe. I'm going to go through a few of them now and answer them. Simple as that. So, Nathan Elliott says, what would you be doing for a career if you weren't such a sick DJ? Thank you, Nathan. I'd probably still be working in the club industry, promoting nights. I used to put on my own events a few years ago, so most likely carry on doing that. I've always seen myself in the club scene. I've never seen myself anywhere else. I did used to work at Primark, but I couldn't see myself there for much longer. I think I only sticked it out for a few months. So yeah, I'd be working in the nightclub scene still, as a promoter maybe. So Jack's tweeted in, what is it like travelling to different places and countries so often? As you would imagine, it's tiring. It can get you down, kind of constantly travelling, waiting in airports. It is quite stressful, but it's what everyone works for, and you want to travel and you want to see new things and new people and play to different crowds and countries all over Europe. So it's enjoyable, and you kind of appreciate you appreciate the opportunities you're given. But yeah, the travelling does get you a bit tired. Connor's tweeted in, Connor Wright, shout out to Connor. He says, what festival would you most like to play and why? I've always wanted to play V Festival, just because for me, I used to, as a kid, dream of playing at that kind of festival, and that name's always stuck in my mind. I've always wanted to go and do, obviously, the main UK festivals. Creamfields would be nice, but mainly for me, I've always wanted to do V Festival, so I'd have to say that's the main one for me. Samantha Kerrins has tweeted in, she said, who or what inspired you to become a DJ? Good question, I get that asked me all the time. I wouldn't say a specific person actually inspired me to become a DJ, but what inspired me was going to parties when I was a child and seeing the mobile DJs kind of playing the music, and I used to think, I want to be in control of that. I want to control the party and play what I want people to hear. So from a young age, seeing DJs at family parties always made me interested and take up DJing. Scott Crow's tweeted in and said, what is it like to be locked into the sound of Nathan Dawe? Being me, I wouldn't really know that much. Pretty cool, I hope. Rob's tweeted in, shout out to Rob. He said, what's your favourite venue in Scotland? I've never played in Scotland. I've never even been to Scotland ever in my life. So when I go there, I'll let you know. Mr. Joe 1997 has asked me what made me get into DJing and what's your biggest achievement. I've already answered why I got into DJing, but my biggest achievement so far, I'd have to say pulling off my own Zante tour this year at Plus Club in Zante. Went really well. I was really nervous all year planning it, hoping people would turn up, but we managed to sell out every show, so it was a success. So I'd say so far my biggest achievement is the Zante tour that I did. Ryan Pard asked a good question. It's one I get all the time. How did you get into DJing, and what advice would you give to people who want to be one? So I got into DJing by just doing it myself, getting CDs, learning the trade. No one was there. No one in my family was musical, so I didn't have anyone explaining me how to do it. I had to just go out there and do it myself. So self-taught myself, and then asked bars and local clubs and pubs for work constantly. Managed to get into a few pubs and then progressed from there to do clubs and then festivals and bigger things, which we're doing now. The advice I would give is just be original, kind of create your own style, brand yourself right, start on the basics, don't go straight into the complicated stuff, I call it. Start from the basics, learn all the basics, because you will need them. Get as much experience as you can, ask your local bars and pubs for work, get as much experience as you can, bring your friends along, get them to support you, research music, be diverse, be able to play for different crowds, and just keep building your brand and just keep pushing, don't ever give up, and just keep working hard and things will eventually pay off. Bailey's tweeted in, what was my summer tune this year? I'm not really too sure. I've played that many different ones. I suppose I've got to say the Freed from Desire, the Will Griggs remix, because it got the biggest reaction all summer. And yeah, don't particularly like the song, but I'd have to say that. Josh Hood has tweeted in, he's asked me where I'd like to be in 5 years. hopefully still DJing and doing the big festivals, kind of progressing to bigger audiences, more countries, still doing what I'm doing now but on a bigger scale really, and hopefully get a tune out there, do some producing, and yeah, just excel bigger and get on the main festival lineups. Rebecca Hawkins has asked me, when I started DJing, did I like people coming up asking for requests or did it annoy me? I used to like it because I used to be able to interact with the crowd, and then if they want it and you play it and they enjoy it, you've done your job at the end of the day. When I was a resident DJ, I used to love getting involved, and they used to come to me and ask for all sorts. But yeah, I would say I didn't necessarily enjoy it, but it helped me, because sometimes they'll ask for a song and you'll be like, oh, I forgot about that, and then you put it in and everyone would enjoy it. So yeah, I like it when people come up and ask me for their song, because it's what they want to hear, so you've got to do your job. Richie Clark has asked me, have you ever been off your nut on stage performing? No, never. Mitchell Foot has tweeted in, he's asked me what my favourite song is currently and of all time, and he said keep up the mad work. Thank you, Mitch. Currently I'd have to say Drake For Free, that's on repeat in the car. And of all time, I'm a big fan of Malika Go with the Crazy Cousins remix, that's essential. DJ Woody's tweeted in, he's asked me at what age did I start DJing really. Going back some years, I remember doing my first gig when I was about 10 at a family friend's birthday party. I just set up some Argos decks and DJ'd in one of the spare bedrooms. That was one of my first official gigs. And then I used to do my school discos when I was 13, 14. And then when I got to 15, 16, I was doing 16th birthday parties. And then I got into a local pub at 16 doing karaoke and all sorts, just to get my name out there and try and do as much stuff as possible. And then started putting my own events on when I was 16 as well, under 18 events in my hometown. They did really well. And then at the age of 16, early 17, I got into the nightclubs, and then there was no looking back, just loved it. Kept playing out every Thursday, Friday, Saturday in my hometown and quite local. And then started to branch out to more of the Midlands, concentrated on building my brand. Went to Zante when I was 18, did a season there, come back to England, did a few more bookings over the winter, went back to Zante, and then it was then, when I was about 19, that I started to kind of start an online presence of myself. And then it was late 20s when I started on SoundCloud, and I'm 22 now. So it's only been a couple of years online, but as for DJing, I've been doing that for as long as I can remember. But yeah, I'd say from the age of 9, 10 is when I started DJing.